Ash from Super Videos, back for another reaction to an episode of The Walking Dead. This is my reaction to Season 11, Episode 12, which is called The Lucky Ones. Last episode was a very interesting episode. It was a different type of story than what we're used to on The Walking Dead, but it was a great way to give us a good insight of what the internal Commonwealth structure looks like and what their kind of political system is. And also it was a great way for us to learn a little more about the resistance at Commonwealth and the secret agency that's sent to fight the resistance. Now, when it comes to the resistance, I think there's a lot more that we need to learn that I'm assuming they're gonna tell us in the next few episodes. But we did get a good understanding of what the secret agency is that's sent to kind of fight the resistance. We know Lance is running that show, and obviously fake Stephanie was also a part of that secret agency. I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do with Eugene. I think that Eugene is a very important character going forward, exposing this secret agency and possibly exposing their fight to stop the resistance or something to that effect. We know Connie is going to be involved in that story as well, being a journalist, and we know that Mercer may not necessarily be siding with Commonwealth leadership, but we don't know that for sure. There's subtle hints that that's the case, but we don't know for sure. Also, I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with Carol and Lance, what their situation is, and what deal they have going on. And I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen that's going to lead to the comic story coming to the TV adaptation. At this point, there's subtle hints and clues about that, but nothing concrete in terms of solid clues that we can use to say, okay, this is what's going to happen. So I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do and whether they're throwing us any kind of stories to fake us out for comic readers specifically who know what's coming up. But with that said, let's waste no more time and get into this reaction. Before we do, as always, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it.
I found the radio parts in a dumpster behind the municipal building. They'd never be left there for security reasons, so someone clearly thought it was trash. But it wasn't trash. It just needed some love.
So that's what happened.
The most marvelous batch of black raspberry ice cream.
The inside scoop. I used to go there all the time. Hell, we might have been there on the same day.
That's how we started talking. And we talked about everything. Everything and nothing.
So are we gonna see things from Stephanie's perspective now?
Nope.
Truth is, Stephanie, I'd just very much like to meet you.
But then my brother got involved.
Oh!
And he was...
Well, we knew that,
not
but...
happy.
Damn it.
It's not what you think.
Oh, yeah? Want to know what I did today? I investigated a massive communications breach. Apparently, someone on an unauthorized radio station has been talking to a rogue community outside of our walls. Oh, man. Hornsby's all over it. Tell me it wasn't you.
I'm afraid it
Please
was.
tell me that you were not about to sneak out to meet some stranger at a rail yard.
What could I say?
Max. It's dangerous. For everyone at the Commonwealth, but especially for me and you. You better pray Hornsby doesn't realize that was your voice.
I knew I'd crossed a line. And with Hornsby on the prowl, getting out to see you was impossible. And then you turn up with some other girl calling herself Stephanie, using my words.
Got it.
My voice.
Yep, and this was the moment all comic fans knew.
Can I get you anything else? Ice cream? Tea?
A day without my son acting like a little asshole?
She even knows.
Ice cream.
I have the bank cut off Sebastian's line of credit. Maybe that'll whip him into shape.
And he was buzzing about you and Alexandria. I never...
What's he planning?
He's ambitious.
Do you want to take over?
Can mean anything. Can mean nothing. Just the rebuild.
The big guy in the orange armor who hates me? That's your brother?
Yes, it is.
Eugene.
And you're Stephanie?
No. I'm Max. There is no Stephanie.
That didn't go according to plan. Why are the Reapers still on the intro? That's what I want to know. They're on their way to Alexandria.
It's a long way from home, Lance.
It is. But these communities are perfect for what we're envisioning.
What you're envisioning, I'm not convinced we need to stretch our resources like this. Grow your empire further than your power can extend and lose your empire.
I don't think it's quite that dramatic.
Well, how's this for dramatic? If this doesn't go well, we're out. These people are free to stay with us permanently, or they can go home and
It's
finish
fascinating how much this relates to real life right
to do
now.
at home without having to worry about a couple of small communities in another state.
Give it a chance, Pam. I really think you might be surprised.
I'm sure Maggie's not going to be happy to see Pamela. Interesting, Daryl is not wearing his military suit.
Care for the grand tour?
I would expect nothing less.
Okay. Alexandria was a self-sustaining ecological community. We have water, solar panels, and a crop system.
Who was the engineer?
I don't recall anyone from intake.
No one, actually. We got the plans from the leader of an allied community, Maggie Rhee. Some of our people studied the blueprints, and we built it.
Fascinating.
That was Georgie's plan, wasn't it?
You were one of the leaders here?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. We all were.
What'd you do before all this?
Didn't matter. At least not to us anymore.
It does matter to the Commonwealth.
She looks just how I remember her.
Oh, she knew Deanna?
What, you knew her?
Oh, we used to cross paths quite a bit in philanthropy circles back in the day. But I had no interest in
Interesting.
at the time. She, however, was born to run things. What was she like as a leader?
She brought us in. We'd never met anybody like that before.
You admire her.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, she built all this for us. Something worth fighting for.
Cool moment
Wow.
to
Yeah, but we
give us a throwback to the past.
It fell more than one.
Yeah.
We've got a breach. Stay here, ma'am.
How did you lose, Deanna?
She was bitten.
Did she turn?
We had to put her down, yes.
I think I've seen enough here.
And I'm assuming she doesn't like what she sees.
Jerry?
And a good morning to you too, sir.
Okay, let's get into it. So, nothing but water morning of. No food, no solids.
Oh, he's finally
And
getting his
stomach.
surgery. Awesome.
Doc, we're just here for a routine checkup.
Make sure he's stable enough for the surgery.
Surgery.
To take out this tumor. Did no one tell you?
Carol did her thing.
I thought I was still on the list.
Well, now you're at the top of that list.
You're lucky. Some people wait years.
Lucky Ones, the title.
About his build.
That's about Ezekiel. I should have known.
This is so freaking awesome!
Ezekiel's not too happy because he knows something happened. This is
How did
not
this happen?
normal. Yeah.
Boss, this is good news. And maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's a clerical error, maybe it's divine intervention. Either way, don't you think you deserve a little luck?
Oh, that was a pretty cool shot. Where is this?
Rachel's ready for you.
Oh, Oceanside. They went to Oceanside too?
You're blessed to have this at your doorstep. I heard how Oceanside came to be. About your battles with the Saviors and the Whisperers. Says a lot about the strength of your community. I'm excited to have you as partners of the Commonwealth.
Aaron mentioned there was a trade provision that you'd like worked into our agreement.
Something wrong?
We spoke to Maggie Rhee, leader of Hilltop. She told us she's not partnered with you all.
We offered Hilltop the same agreement as with Alexandria, but Maggie declined.
Of course she did.
Alexandria's gone its own way before.
That's Maggie
Hilltop
for you.
and Maggie, always been there for us. We renewed our mutual protection pact, and I'm gonna honor it. If Maggie decides to partner with you, we will too, out of respect for her. Otherwise,
It's a
Oceanside's
no.
Question. What was the point?
Come
of
on,
bringing me along if
Maggie.
You can't give me the
You're
help
making
I
an
intel
enemy
and
out of
shit
yourself.
blowing up in our faces.
Your people have been fixing up Alexandria. It's not my fault the walker got in.
You should have known about Rachel and Hilltop.
As I'm a mind reader.
How do you think this little detour looks to him? It looks like we're not prepared.
It looks like you're not prepared. Lance, you know Pamela, all right? I don't. You didn't anticipate this? It's not my problem.
Stop acting like Alexandria means more to you than it does to me.
Right now, you and I want the same thing, which means you and I are in the same sinking boat. Is Maggie gonna make this difficult for us? So you know, this is all or nothing for Pamela. So if Maggie says no and Oceanside walks, Alexandria is cut off.
Then we'll figure it out.
Sure. It was going so well before we stepped in.
So it's either a deal with everyone or none of them. That's pretty much where they stand. Are they gonna do anything to help? Or just stand there and watch? They look like
You must
shit.
be Maggie.
Yes, she is. And she's not happy to see you. I can assure you of that.
Why do you trust these people?
Who says we do? No, when do I ever?
Fair enough.
It's good to see Alexandria getting cleaned up, though. At least that word meant something.
Yeah. There's like 50,000 people living there. At least 49.9 seem like decent enough folks. And it's not forever.
I'll go with Maggie and you boys pair off. Don't need a minder this time, General. We'll be fine.
Interesting.
How do things get so bad?
How do they ever? I've met so many communities and I still can't figure out what makes some lucky and able to fight off the world while others can't.
I don't believe in luck.
That's interesting.
I'm sensing more of an opinion.
I mean, luck is about opportunity. I don't know anybody who's had more opportunity than you.
Well, since we're being honest, cards on the table, Maggie. I didn't want to come on this tour. I have thousands of people under my care, and that responsibility keeps me up at night. It's the price of leadership. Everything costs something. Your communities are small by our standards. I wasn't sure the risk of going back and forth would be worth it.
Then why are you here?
The right allies make us stronger. This world belongs to us, not the dead. Meeting all of you, hearing all your stories, has confirmed what I've always believed. There is a natural order to things that has vanished. And that order needs to be restored. It provides a future for our kids. 15 million little city-states fighting each other for power and resources is never going to be able to provide that kind of stability. I'm offering you the same thing your mutual protection pact with Oceanside did. Someone who has your back.
That's very convincing. Let's see what Maggie decides.
Jerry said you had a checkup today. Anything come up?
It's a funny thing. Tommy said I was scheduled for surgery. They put me up in the line.
Don't act surprised, Carol.
It's great.
We know the deal. Oh, he figured it out.
Did you? What did you do? My debt was wiped out. It's cheating. Why would you do that?
Because I don't want you to die? Those lines are a lie. You think Pamela Milton would think twice before doing the same thing for her shitty son?
Have you been inside that hospital, Carol? Because if you had been, you'd see all those people suffering. Same as me, waiting for treatment. Same as me.
You're supposed to just die because the system is broken? Lesser men have been given more and done nothing with it. You are not a lesser man.
Damn. That's deep.
You're the leader at Hilltop. You make the decisions. You consider yourself an autocrat?
I lead the way I was taught by Deanna and Georgie. The communities that we built are fair.
Commonwealth is fair.
Yeah, but you drive a nicer car and live in a nicer house than everybody else.
I have more responsibilities than the average worker. A leader has to give her people something to look up to.
Well, I want people to look up to what I've done and what I do, not what I have if they don't.
They're actually getting along. I'm surprised.
You want it?
There's differences, but they're getting along.
Well, I was thinking about going after the one behind you.
Oh! She's a good shot. That's all I can say.
Is it okay if we hand out some supplies? We have more than enough. Food, fuel.
Sure. Thank you.
Great, we're on it.
Hey, Daryl, look what I got.
Oh my God.
Everyone's getting along, but it's not gonna last long.
Must be
I
hard to be a kid out here.
can feel it.
Grew up on the road. Your friend, she like torturing herself out here?
This place used to be really special. Different. It's going through hard times now, but it'll be back up and running. Just watch.
I guess not all places are as lucky as Alexandria.
Not all places are as lucky as Commonwealth.
Exactly.
Are you coming around?
I wouldn't go that far. But you guys have done good stuff for us, so I don't know, I'll give you that.
Commonwealth ain't perfect, though.
What you think?
Just don't get too comfortable. The only reason you're out of your armor is because someone thought it'd be good for appearances. You got your role
Oh,
played.
words of wisdom from the commander.
You get out all this.
Come on, Maggie. Let's not pretend the obvious isn't staring us in the face. You're in over your head.
You don't know me very well.
You know you're smart enough to
Damn.
make a good offer when you hear it. And I'm smart enough to know I've just pissed you off.
You haven't answered my question.
What's in it for you?
All right, I'll bite. The first time I went to Alexandria, I could see it. The potential. Maggie, do you really believe that Hilltop, as it currently stands, is the best you'll ever have? Or Alexandria? Or even Oceanside? We can have so much more. Imagine being able to pick Herschel up from a concert at the Commonwealth. Take him to a doctor's appointment in Alexandria. Then jump on a boat at Oceanside, traveling up the coast. And what's up that coast? Another port town, another school, but a university. Have you ever imagined being able to drop your son off for his freshman year at college?
I tried to build it.
Of course you did. Because you and I see things the same way. Imagine the world you want to build. Hold it in your mind. Now picture the power of 50,000 Commonwealth workers helping to make that vision a reality. Think what you could accomplish then.
This is quite an interesting dynamic. It definitely foreshadows an alliance between those two. But that face got me concerned. Let's go, Mercer! Yes! Damn, that's crazy. That's what an army gets you.
Imagine not having to deal with this every time that alarm goes off. I know there's a lot to consider, but I mean, look around. We need this.
I know.
Remember, they're always watching. Got me?
Yeah.
That was a clue.
Never a dull moment here, is there?
We try.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, no injuries, all limbs intact. You call that a good day? The Hilltop's going to pass on your offer.
Can I ask why?
Just like you said, everything costs something.
Damn. I thought she was gonna say yes. Aaron is like, come on.
Diane.
I'm leaving, Maggie.
Oh,
Some of the others
what?
are coming with me. And you should too.
You need to be careful who you trust. You know that better than anybody.
You also have to know when to ask for help. It's harder than it has ever been, and it doesn't have to be. I respect the hell out of you. But I can't do this anymore.
Damn.
It's a worthy effort, Lance.
It's not over. It doesn't have to be.
It's time to go home.
We still have Alexandria. I just need time to get the other two.
It's a bold move trying to bring 3 new communities into the fold. I get why something like that would be appealing to you. Someone needs to run them, right?
That selection would be at your discretion, obviously.
Obviously. I'm going to pretend that you were doing this for the good of the Commonwealth rather than for yourself.
I think it was for
I was
himself.
doing this for you.
He wants to run
Even
the other
ambitious
3
enough.
communities, it seems. What the hell is he doing?
We are going to remake the world.
That was a crazy shot. So what's the plan then? To leave Oceanside
There's a
and
group
Hilltop
at the
out?
western border. We want to make first contact and offer them help.
What do you know about these people?
Who the hell are these people?
Someone we know must have sent them. I asked for 100 troops. There's no way Milton doesn't notice. I need
The hell's this?
a surgical solution.
What the hell's gonna happen next episode? A very interesting episode. I feel like it was the calm before the storm, and the trailer for next episode definitely made it clear that that's probably the case. But this episode was a slower paced episode. Everyone was getting along, which was interesting, but I see what they're doing in terms of making it seem like there's tension, but not a lot of tension. But then at the same time, everything is gonna spiral out of control at some point. Obviously, that is if they're following the comic storyline. But I do understand Maggie's decision to not want to join, but at the same time, I feel like she's way too stiff. Like, she needs to accept help from time to time. But obviously, Maggie is making an enemy out of herself at this point. So I'm intrigued to see what's gonna happen. We know that Aaron is potentially gonna join Commonwealth or have Alexandria join without Hilltop in the mix, so that could cause some problems. I also found it very interesting that they brought Oceanside in. Like, I wasn't even expecting that. That was very cool. But I'm definitely intrigued to see what they're gonna do. And obviously, when it comes to Alexandria, I loved the throwback to Diana and everything they did with Pamela recognizing her and everything. It was something that we all thought may happen because they were both from a political background before the fall, but they actually did it, and they did it right, and I absolutely love that. But with that said, I'm intrigued to see what's gonna happen next episode. It seems like there's gonna be a new group that is gonna come in, and there's gonna be a mini kind of battle that's gonna happen, so that's extremely interesting. I'm gonna break down the trailer for sure, so stay tuned for that. But I'm intrigued to see what that's connected to. Like, if it's a story on its own, then it's much like the Reaper's story. It's not needed, and I don't think that it's gonna do much for the story. I'm anticipating that they were sent by Leah, and that's how they bring the Reapers or the remaining Reaper Leah back into the mix and finish up that story. But if it's not related to the Reapers and Leah, then I just don't think it's necessary. I think it's just a story that they don't need to do at this stage in the game. But with that said, I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do, and I'm probably gonna learn more about what that could be when I do my breakdown, so stay tuned for that. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.